These are probably the two biggest games that we'll have in this save up to this point. They could define everything.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts 2 Icons. Of course, if you've been enjoying the series, do smash the like. It actually does help out the channel quite a lot. Helps new people find things. So, I'll give them ultras, of course. Today I thought we'd start on Chris Hewitt, our young Englishman, now turned 21 years old. I think he's settled in okay. He's doing a solid job for us so far. Just the one assist to his name overall. But, you know, it's going to take time for him to bed in the squad. And I think we're doing all right so far, really. All these extra fixtures, which we had last year, of course. But I think we're in a sort of similar, if not better, position league-wise, whilst also playing the same number of fixtures against better sides. So I'm seeing the progress in there. And I really do feel like at some point when we are out of Europe, because let's face it, I don't see us going particularly far this season. However, you know, Champions League's gone all right. I think we really were able to get our heads down in the league, and we always seem to be stronger towards the end of the season. We have been in the past couple of seasons as well. So if we can get ourselves in a really strong position even before that, I'm very excited to see what we can accomplish in that latter half of the year when things just always seem to click for us, and it's exciting. But we just need to start clicking earlier and earlier, really. With the Champions League in this save, now in full swing, we're going to be keeping one eye, in fact, probably both eyes at most of the time, on the other fixtures in our group and around Europe, and to do that, we'll need the OneFootball app. It'll be perfect for when your team is playing in European football this year. You'll be able to keep an eye on all the other games that matter to you, with live score updates, team lineups when you need it, and all the news around the major competitions for Europe and, of course, the rest of the world. So once again, a huge thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video, and you can download the app for free with the link in the top line of the description. So there have been a couple of games off camera, obviously. We'll talk about those in the midsection, particularly as there's actually only been a couple so far. Tough games, though. The league is still absolutely mad right now, but we've got bigger fish to fry, to be honest, because these are probably the two biggest games that we'll have in this save up to this point. They could define everything. It's our first ever home game in the Champions League in front of our own fans. The huge amount of fans that travel to Monaco to see our 3-0 victory there will want to see something similar today against Red Bull Salzburg. And if we were to pull off a good result, that would give me massive confidence in our opportunities of at least come third in this group. I also feel a bit for Olympiacos, who are currently playing, or are going to be playing, Real Madrid today after their 10-0 demolition of Ajax, who I'm surprised they've even turned up here, if I'm honest. Changes. Milivojevic got injured in our last game, and he's actually going to be out for 5 weeks, which is a long time, and we'll see him miss, I think, at least the next 3 Champions League matches. But that does give an opportunity for Jorginho to come back in. I only didn't play Jorginho in the last game because he needed a little bit of a rest, so that's fine. We'll switch things around a little bit now. Everybody's relatively fresh and raring to go. Obviously, Siggy will not start up front for us today. That's the lineup I want to go. Actually, no, I want to go with Candido for today's game. The manager, Barcelona's manager, got on the phone, was starting to get a bit shitty at me for not playing him as much, even though I feel like he's played a few games, and I do like him, so I want to give him a run out today on that left-hand side. Bruno, not been overly impressed with him just yet, but I'm willing to give him time to settle in, but there's definitely going to come a moment where I'm going to go, you know what, Benjamin Cabrera just does things, and he will get chances in this team this season if Bruno's form doesn't pick up a little bit more, because you've seen how good basically anybody we put in that left-back spot has been, so hopefully Jan can sort things out. I do want to get Glavash on the bench. I'm still debating the whole Moscatelli situation. At some point, there might come a time. But for now, he's still doing some good stuff for us. You saw how good he was against Monaco. Some of those saves he pulled off in that game were ludicrously good. Interestingly, Dane Scarlett is... Wait, hang on a minute. Wait, really? Okay, so this is weird news. Dane Scarlett will start up front for Red Bull Salzburg, and not Vlade Strikic. All the press conference chat was about how we would handle Vlad Strikic. He doesn't appear to be injured. He is unhappy, though. Wow, he's not even on that huge amount of money, to be fair. He's got a great record for Croatia. But the fact that they're not starting Vlad is good news. So with that in mind, we're going to target Dane Scarlett. They're playing this type of system, so we've seen it in the past with Rangers. We've seen other teams do this as well. We have a strategy in place, and that's always good. It was really nice to see Max Aubert get that goal against Monaco too. It's just getting that first goal off your back. Oh, they've lost all of their... Red Bull Salzburg have lost all of their last 2. Both of them. I know they're talking about the Champions League. I just find those little stats funny. Big results on the card for us right now. First ever home game in the Champions League. They'll be raring to go. What is their form actually like? Yeah, you see, it's not actually that bad when you look at it, is it? So there's Gullickson on the bench and Strikic, so he could come off the bench. We've got to be careful. But we're in a prime position to potentially get some mad success if we get a good result here. So we're going to start off normal style, see how the game progresses, and we know what we can potentially move to should the game fall into a similar pattern that we've seen in the past against teams that play this type of style. Hopefully, we'll be able to isolate their striker and just be able to keep a lot of possession and just wait for our moments, as we've seen in the past, and that's worked very, very well for us. Oh, that's not a good pass at all. It's Scarlett's header, and it's a good save from Moscatelli, and a bit of a threat there from RB Salzburg. Whips it to the back post. Oh, he was never going to get that, was he? Candido is not the tallest, but he is very, very pacey out on these wide areas, and he's got the ball. Whips it through, and Lebert. Oh, wow, yes. Nice vision from Max Lebert. And Brunner. Oh, that's a lovely ball for Jan Brunner. He's round the side. Quarto. And it's a good save, and this is better. And we really could do with Spurs just doing us a favour and getting a home and away against Monaco and just getting out of sight in this group and leaving the rest of us to struggle against each other, really. That's what would behoove us the most, anyway. Granados out for Candido, but we're looking good so far. Hey, we've got to concentrate on our own games, I suppose. Candido to the byline. Ball across and Quarto puts it in at the near post, and that has been coming. 4th goal of the season from him. Candido has looked very, very exciting so far, and we lead at home against Red Bull Salzburg. That's what we needed. They just haven't really been able to handle us in the wide areas today. I haven't gone through the middle because Candido is getting a lot of joy down there. It's a great little pullback. Quarto into the space. 4th goal of the year for him. Really, really good start to us, and now we just need to keep going. Dangerous moment. Try to force the long shot, really, is our plan here. Jean. They're allowing him a bit too much space into the box, I think. Ball across, and there's a lot of... Wow, that is a great strike from Gregory Cortez. Equalises for Red Bull Salzburg, and I wouldn't say it's been coming. It's very much against the run of play, but we just gave them a little bit too much space in our penalty area, and that is not what we want to be doing in a game like this. They just seem to sort of stand off them a little bit too much. This is the bad thing here. I think it's Brunner. Just lets Jean have way too much space, and by the time he's come to close him down, everybody's out of position, and it's a brilliant strike from Cortez. I don't know how he's not in an offside position, but hey, whatever. That's better from us. We're mopping up everything at the moment. Taking back control. It's frustrating to throw away a lead in the way that we have, but hopefully we've got the quality to get back in front again. Brunner's ball in, and Quarto's header, and it's straight back in front again. Quarto, the big game player, 5th goal of the year for him already. He got 14 in the whole of last season, and he's already on to 5 for this season, and looks just as good. This left-hand side is causing them a lot of problems. Both Candido and Jan Brunner, that is a brilliant crossing. Just absolutely brilliant. Quarto's easily going to outjump his man, and it's 2-1 to us, and we're back in front, deservedly so. Come on. It's certainly not been a whirlwind of a performance from us, but I think we definitely deserve the lead. I don't know how 3 goals have really been able to be scored in this game so far, but we'll take it. Oh, we're going to the box again. A bit of space on the edge of the... What a strike. Europe, long-range strikes. Rossano Lavarini equalises for Red Bull Salzburg, and it's actually kind of mad how often we concede long-range goals, but only in Europe. It just doesn't seem to happen in the league. I guess there's a higher quality of player, but once again... Edge of the area, Hewitt's there, and he's just rifled that one into the top corner. There's not a lot Moscatelli can do about that, but what on earth? Dinko Pavlich, lovely ball for Granados. Round the side for Glavash. It's a tight angle, he's gone for goal. That's poor. Okay, 3 minutes of stoppage time. Michalchair takes it short for Granados. Round the side for Sigurdsson. Oh, and Glavash! Yes! Josip Glavash on the edge of the area. That is a beautiful strike, and that more than makes up for his poor effort of moments ago. And it's a Swallow 3, Red Bull Salzburg 2, and that could be a game-changing moment for the lads at home. And it's Josip Glavash stepping up. Nice little ball inside from him, and that's a great effort at the near post. There's nothing the keeper could do about that. Right, we need to just shut the shop up now for the remaining seconds. Candido just holding onto the ball. Nice, good, patient play. Just see out the remaining seconds of this game. Oh, hello. Quarto's in behind. Is there a 4th goal? Marco Quarto? There is a 4th goal. I don't know why we're even still playing, but it's a Swallow 4, Red Bull Salzburg 2, and Marco Quarto, I think, has just scored a hat-trick. Right? Yes, he has. So Swallow 4, Red Bull Salzburg 2. I think they just kind of given up. Lovely ball through from Jan Brunner. He's had a brilliant game. But Quarto now scores a hat-trick in the Champions League. This man is a man for all occasions. He's like Johnny English, but he's like Jono Italiano, I guess. Or Marco Quarto in this case. It's going to be Sassuolo 4, Red Bull Salzburg 2 in the end. And that is maybe 4 goals is a bit much. But hey, that's nice to see us score 7 goals in our last 2 Champions League games. Really good attacking output in Europe. And that is a huge win as Monaco score an 89th minute equaliser against Spurs. I don't even know how has that even happened in the end. Wow, good result. And that is big. Wait, did Spurs score? No, surely they didn't. Oh, they did! Spurs scored in the 90th minute, which is even better for us as we now go 3 points clear of Monaco. Oh, Spurs, thank you so much. Like, 8-0 Man United as well. Real Madrid win 8-1. They have managed to score 18 times in the last 2 games. What is going on in the Champions League this season? But we are in a prime position now. This is massive. If we can avoid defeat at Monaco, or even lose by like a certain... not 3-0, we could steal third second spot away in this group. Come on. Right, a couple of games off camera. Back in a sec for the second game against Red Bull Salzburg, during which we could wrap up third spot, which is very important. Back in a sec. Right then, we're back. We had some off-camera games. First up, it was against dominant AC Milan. Ball in, Frigerio, back post header, 1-0 after half an hour. We really have struggled against the two sort of big boys this year, the unexpected big boys. And then look at this from Pegorero, just dominating through players and just hammers this one in. I don't know, mad. Great goal from him, though, to be fair. And then, unfortunately, a penalty was also given away, and it was 3-0. Just very, very poor from us, for the most part. Frigerio's hard to play against. Milan are ruthless at the moment in the league. Them and Samp just look a cut above everybody else, and it's very strange, because we look very good against basically everyone except these two, but then so does everyone else in the league, apparently. Next up, we were at home against Juventus, currently fourth in the league at this point, and I mean, this is just a great ball in from James. Weston McKennie gets in there 1-0, and we fell behind at home, the last thing we needed, but thankfully, in the 60th minute, a terrible touch here, Max Lebert pouncing on it, doing a great job getting into the box, showing that composure, and dinking it over the goalkeeper to earn us a 1-1 draw. Which, to be fair, it was basically about as fair as it comes. We certainly came back into this game as the game wore on a little bit. It was nice to see Lebert grab himself another goal. It's nice to see him scoring, to be honest. And yeah, it's a good performance, really, against a team like Juventus. It's always going to be tough for us this season. Then, in our first game after the Red Bull Salzburg result, in the 90th minute, Granados volleys it across the box. Quartos header, 1-0 Sass. Dug us out of a bit of a hole there. We were sort of struck 11th place Fiorentina, not a bad side by any means. We actually had a really good chance after that where Siggy Jonsson was put through on goal. And unfortunately, the goalkeeper pulled out an absolutely ridiculous save. Good performance in general, but because it was a bit dead in places, the tiredness is definitely a factor, but getting a standard classic 1-0 Sassuolo result, it brings tears to my eyes, it really does. That and Quarto scoring the goal, because that's just what he does. The next game, though, I don't even have words for this game. I'm going to show you stuff outside of the goals in this one, because there's context to this. At home against Frosinone. Now, you know they beat us, I believe, not at home, it was away last season. Lovely start for us. Lebert rolls the ball through. Quarto, 8th goal of the season. We then went down to 9 men. More on that in a minute. But we then gave away a penalty as well in the 80th minute, so Frosinone were able to find themselves an equaliser. And then, well, with 9 men, there's a limit to what you can really do no matter how many players you bring back, sadly. Carvalho, eventually the ball ricochets through to Karanka, and it was 2-1 to Frosinone. But there was actually more. Incredibly, in the 93rd minute, lovely little touch from Candito here, Siggy Jonsson just driving through people, goes past his man, and hammers us 2-2 back in the game. 1 goal of the month for that as well. But there's even more things to explain about this game as to how we ended up with 9 men. That's the real story. You'll notice that they didn't really do a lot until they were up against 9 men. Also, I should stress, the penalty was given directly from the free kick that was given after the second red card for handball as well, which was good. But yes, I want to show you. So firstly, Contreras was booked twice and he was sent off, and his was the red card that then led to the free kick that then led to the penalty. But prior to that, in the 51st minute, Max Lebert was sent off for a straight red card, and I'd like to show you that red card now. Just feast your eyes on what Max Lebert was sent off for. A straight red card, mind. Bear in mind this. Hewitt clears the ball. Max Lebert is chasing after the defender, and he takes the ball off of him. That right there was considered a straight red card, and he was sent off for it. And we weren't really the same after that, would you believe? So yeah, a little bit pissed off with that result, to be honest. But shit happens. We are down in 9th place now. Still got 18 points. We're actually only still 2 points off the Champions League places. So it's a bit of a false, but not a false position as such. Just that I don't think it's as bad as it might originally seem. Milan and Sampdoria are still dominating up towards the top. Milan have actually lost another game in there too, while Samp still remain unbeaten. Bustos now has 15 in 10. So he has slowed down his scoring slightly as Figerio has started to catch him up a little bit. But those two really do like a cut above everybody. Look at their goal differences compared to everybody else. Us and Inter and Juventus all outside of the European places right now, as Torino and Napoli as well. Everybody sort of found themselves up there. It's a bit of a topsy-turvy league at the moment, but I'm not worried. We've been here before. I think we would have comfortably beaten Frosinone in the end if it wasn't for the referee. Literally, for once, I can actually blame the referee. And yeah, so Max Lebert is going to be suspended for the next league game as well. He will be fresh and available for today, since, do you know what? He didn't play the full 90 minutes in the last game, so he's going to be available, I think, today. Oh, well, yeah. It happens, doesn't it, really? It just happens. Our next game, by the way, is against Crotone, who are bottom and winless. So that's hopefully a bit of a palate cleanser for us. But yeah, it's been a bit of a weird season for us so far. Like, for example, had we won that game against Frosinone, we'd have gone 5th, I think. So, hey, swings and roundabouts and all that jazz. Maybe later in the season, the referee will wrongly send off someone else's player. Like, the game commentary described it as harsh, and I would tend to agree. But today we must return our focus to the Champions League as we travel away to Austria with a huge game on our mind right now. Spurs beat Monaco and we come up with anything here, I would be very, very happy. We could technically all but qualify today as well, but that's a bit of a push. And in other bad news, just to add insult to injury in that... Quarto also picked up an injury in the Frosinone game in between the red cards too. So that was just wonderful news, and he's going to be missing for a bit, and you know how good we are with him in the team. So there's going to have to be... And I was rotating players for this one, hilariously. Not that it matters with Contreras. Uriarte was going to be suspended anyway, so that's not a big deal. So let's just see who's actually available for today's game. It's going to be... No. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Because Hodgerino is going to come in for Milivojev, who's not fit again yet, is he? Okay, this could be quite a tough one for us. Pavlich might actually have to play centre-back today. Not what I want, but it could also be a lot worse. Bruno was very good in the first game against Red Bull Salzburg, so that's pleasing. I don't trust Kudus there, so I'll put Hewitt in there because he can tackle, and we'll pair him with... where is he? Oh, not even Glavash, because Quarto. So we'll pair him with Cesare in the midfield, who's a very capable player. So I'm completely fine with that. Hewitt, I believe, has 11 tackling. Yeah, 11 tackling, decent positioning. Marking's not excellent, but it's a lot better than it could have been. Obviously, Max Lebear will start through the middle. I do want to maybe start Candido again, because I actually really like him. But hot damn, it's a roller coaster at Sassuolo, and I'm having fun with it. You'll notice a certain Mr. Vlade Strikic starting up front for the boys in red and white. So that's going to be a problem. And Tobias Gullikson, of course, Norwegian legend. They've even got a sheriff in their team, which is worrying. We just don't want to be committing any nasty fouls in this game. Not that we committed any in the last game either. And I don't think we can truly complain too much about the fact that Quarto's injured. He is, as we know, injury prone, and we've managed to, I think, do a pretty good job at avoiding him getting too many serious injuries in his period at the club. We know that he's probably likely to get one of these 5 to 6 week injuries once per season. That seems to be the pattern so far. Usually around the sort of time when there's more fixtures, which is just undeniable, sadly. But he's just so key. It's so hard to rest him a lot of the time. We do rest him, obviously, and we have him bubble wrapped through training, but we need him in matches. Players seem well hyped for this. That's exciting. This is big. There's a lot of things that can happen today. Like the dream scenario is we go to Austria here and win, and Spurs beat Monaco, and that would, I think, might actually qualify us, but it would certainly all but qualify us potentially. So big stuff on the line here. It's exciting times. I've been very impressed with our turnaround in fortunes in the Champions League, particularly after losing the first game 4-0 and looking completely outclassed. In the next 2 games, we've looked a lot brighter, and to score 7 goals in those 2 games has been fantastic from a situation here, but that's not even the right one, isn't it? Mihilchea. Oh, lovely touch. And, it's a crowd of bodies there, but a gorgeous little touch from Mihilchea wins us a corner early days. Now, Spurs lead from the penalty spot. Nazinho has scored early for them, which is huge for us. Oh, Lebear, if there's there was a pass on there potentially. Although he does seem to... Oh, that's a good pass. Oh, Vlade Strikic on his favoured left foot. He's back on his right, though. And it's a good save from Moscatelli. Forcing Vlad back onto his right foot there made a big difference, I think. And remember, though, a defeat to them, even if it is only 1-0, could potentially cost us a jaunt. And that's a relatively weak side, but, I mean, bloody hell, they've started strongly here. Keeping the ball. Glavash. Mihilchea again. He's been given a lot of space on that side again. Granados. Back for Mihilchea. It's almost the reversal of the last game where we were stronger down the other side. Granados. And he pulls it through and it's blocked and cleared away. But Hewitt will pick it up again. He's going to shoot here, isn't he? Yeah. Relatively straightforward for Moscatelli, though, who's done a good job so far tonight. Half time, and it's been all... I mean, they've had a lot of shots, and they've been relatively low quality, but they still probably could have been in front here. Slight change of strategy for this second half. Going to try something a little bit different. Just try to work that ball a bit more. We're also going to go after Gregory Cortez, because he's been their key man in this first half. The man sort of pulling all the strings and getting him into good position. So if we try to take him out of the game a little bit, but apparently he's going to do it by himself. Good tackle from Mihilchea. Here we go. Most important factor as well is that Spurs are beating Monaco. What on earth? We've still got the ball here. I don't know how. Bit of fortune, definitely. Mihilchea bringing it forward again, though. Clipping it through, and it's headed on target by Glavash. That's better. Can he find a ball in, though? Is the problem. He can't, but Bruma might. Good cross. Oh, it's at the bar! It's a gorgeous cross from Jan Bruma, and that really is the difference when he's... Like, he has got some outrageous crossing ability, and he just gives us things that maybe Cabrera sometimes can't always pick out. It's a good ball through. Vlade Strikic is on his favoured left foot, and surely this is 1-0 now, and literally from one end to the other, Red Bull Salzburg now take the lead, and it is, of course, Vlade Strikic playing against all his former teammates and his former manager, and he has a point to prove. And, well, from nearly scoring at one end, we've gone straight down the other end. They don't get close enough to Cortez, and Novakovic with a gorgeous ball in behind, and from that moment onwards, you know Vlade Strikic is going to finish that. There's nothing Moscatelli can do. Oh, dearie me. Oh, blessing. Are you kidding me? What is that? Why is that? This team doesn't really get red cards, and now we've had 3 in the last 2 games, just out of nowhere for seemingly no reason. I mean, that one obviously, when I say no reason, I mean that there's no reason why he has to do that. It's obviously a red card. He's the opposite of a blessing in disguise right now. GG, mate. Cheers. From nearly scoring at one end, hitting the crossbar, and then conceding at the other end is just not what you want to see. But they were the better side than us. The red card obviously didn't help, but it was too late at that point. We just didn't have anything in this game. It's like they've just been they're shell-shocked after the Frosinone game. That's what I'm claiming. And Vlade Strikic scoring against us is the last thing we need. We're still in a very strong position, but just, the little things in it. So, we actually still remain second in the group with 4 games played, and a goal difference is vastly better than everybody else's. So, really, it's still a good situation to be in, and we've had a bit of an off day here where it's just not gone quite to plan. The situation is very simple, really, going into these final 2 games. If we avoid defeat against Monaco, we wrap it up, basically. That's the key. And I feel like Red Bull Salzburg have got very little chance of pulling this back, although they do have the head-to-head advantage on us, but they would have to beat either Monaco or Spurs in order for them to do that, and that would rely on us not getting any points from our final 2 games. Despite the poor result here, I still think we're in the driving seat for second in this group, but that Monaco game at home is going to be crucial. We win that and it's all lovely stuff. Even if we draw, I think that would be enough. So in spite of that, I'm still fairly happy with our performances. A 4-2 and a 3-0 in the Champions League in the last 2 games is very, very pleasing. Next up, things get a bit difficult though, as we do have to host Tottenham next up. So yeah, going into that final day game, it could be very, very interesting indeed. But we kind of do want Monaco to do us a favour, or at least draw with like Red Bull Salzburg or something. But that's what's going to be coming up in the next video. So if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, it's been a bit of a mad one, I agree. But drop a like, that'd be fantastic. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be gorgeous too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, so go follow there as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, where, I mean, hopefully we should be able to see Marco Quarto back relatively soon. He's only on a yellow injury now, so we should be able to see him hopefully definitely back for the Monaco game, which is exactly what we need. We're definitely worse without him. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.